What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today, BTC USD. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Let's get into it, man. I am a little bit sick. Man, I love having a family. I love having two little kids. It's amazing. Nobody tells you how sick you get all the damn time. Man, when I was single, I would wash my hands. I still wash my hands, but it doesn't matter. And I would keep my distance from sick people. I never got sick. I'd get sick like once a year, if that. Now I'm like sick every other month. These kids, man. What am I? I'm not gonna hug them. Come on now. I don't care. Anyways, I mean, I care that I'm sick, but I don't care that they're sick. Does that make sense? 65.2K. Enough about me. Let's talk about the 11 hours, 6 minutes left in this day. 23rd day of July. Hit that like button. Let's get into it. We're dropping as expected, right? As expected. Um, I actually went through the theory yesterday that, and even over the last couple of days, that this could be the high of this range. Not that we're about to see a move down like this. I mean, maybe we are. But just that we're in this consolidation range here and that we're not going to go higher. Down in this area and even down here, we expected that we would move up to something above this high. But as we got closer and closer and we saw these signs, it's starting to look like we actually might pull back. And I'll go over why. I want to start off on the daily time frame, actually. The RSI is a big tell here, okay? I mean, every time that we've found resistance has been here at the overbought zone. Now, whenever you're in a bull market, notice the difference, okay? We can zoom out and just go over here. Notice the difference. You bounce off your oversold zone. You don't really get into it. Sometimes you get into it a little bit, sure, but most of the time you're bouncing off of it, right? And then when you really start to get into it, what's going on? Now we're in a bear market. And now instead of really getting into your overbought zone like this, you actually start rejecting it because now we're in a bear market. Sure, you're technically getting into the overbought zone a little bit, like you were technically getting into the oversold zone a little bit, but here you were getting much more overbought. Now you're getting much more oversold. Does that make sense? We're seeing this reaction here where we're finding resistance near the overbought area. Now we can hang out in this area, we have before, but typically in a bear market you don't hang out in this area typically. You do see rejections. The stochastics have hung out in this area for a while, and it makes sense that we might come down. The MACD has formed some bearish divergence. We did get rid of it, but we crossed through the zero. Okay, understand what's happening here. Okay, let me just explain. When you get bearish divergence, that's a bad thing. We relinquished that bearish divergence. We actually built some bullish momentum here, and now we got the higher highs. You can see how it went away there, and that's awesome. You also took your oscillators here, these orange and blue lines, and crossed through this zero level, which is awesome. Those are good things. Both of those things are good things. Where's the good price action? It's been a few days now, and all we had was a pump that was 2%. That didn't even take us to a higher high. Good things without good reactions, that's bad, guys. That's bad. It's actually not a good thing. It's really bad. And then on top of all that, we've been green. We've been pretty green here on the MACD for a little while now. In a bear market, you're typically not this green for this long, and it makes me think that we are, even though we're above the zero, we're at a rejection point. Stochastics overbought coming down, RSI coming down, rejecting the overbought zone there. Makes me think we're going to go lower. And again, I don't necessarily believe that we're going to do this right now. I don't think it's going to be like that, but it could. It really could be. You know, I've been saying practically this whole month that I think August is not going to be a friendly month. I think August, in the words I've been using, is going to be a bloodbath. And that might spill over into September. When I say August is a bloodbath, that doesn't mean that the 1st of August comes along and then we start to drop through the floor. Maybe, but that's not what I'm expecting. Maybe we drop going into August, and then August is the low, and then we actually are pumping up by the end of August. You know, we see this 51K low, and that's the end of the bear market. Maybe we drop going into August, we pump, and then we dump going into the end of August, and then it's the beginning of September that our bear market low is in. However it looks, it doesn't have to be specifically in this parameter. I have been since March calling for the end of the bear market to be in August, but we've also widened that parameter a little bit from August to October. Sorry, October ends here. And it could be later than that. It could be November, December. It could be February of next year. Probably not. Probably not. We're not going to get a right translated bear market. Would it be right translated or left translated? It would be right translated, yeah. Left translated is shorter, right translated is longer. I think we're going to get a left translated bear market for what it's worth, if I'm remembering the terminology correctly. 1 hour time frame. As you're moving down, volume's picking up. That's not a good sign. It's not what you want to see. Right off the golden ratio, relative golden ratio there. This golden ratio will probably be more significant. Low to high. Okay. So we have a lot of volume here. We just got below the 382. It's the beginning of the day. The stock market opens up at 30 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if we came back up. We've been very consistent and very volatile in this kind of channel. So I wouldn't be surprised. Again, I don't expect it to just be right. It can. We're getting near. We're very, very near this bull or bear market finale, guys. We're very, very near that point where we're going to see, but I don't think we're there yet. Okay. 382 resistance or support, come back up for the 236 resistance, and then we can talk about going lower. So perhaps today we see a little bit of a bounce that takes us back toward like 66K, but not quite to 66K. Today's probably going to be a boring day, but we see a little bit of upside from here. RSI, same kind of look as the price. Lower lows, lower highs. Bounce from here, find some resistance, come back down. The way that I have this drawn, it would either be late today or probably early tomorrow. So by the time that today closes, sometime Friday, for Friday's candle, that should be when we really start to move. I wouldn't be surprised if, even though we're in this downward sloping trend here, lower lows, lower highs, Friday's candle, that's the one that breaks us down, and maybe Friday we see prices below 64K. Friday might be the day that we actually see some increased dropping based off this RSI. Unless it's not that dramatic, unless we break out of this now, we move up, we start to show some bullish stuff, that might help. We'll know by tomorrow. We'll know by tomorrow's video. A little bit of bullish divergence of the stochastics there. Bearish momentum building on the MACD. I could see us recovering a little bit and then moving down. We probably don't get above 66K. If we get above 66K, don't get excited. We probably need to get above like 66.3K before we get excited. And let's raise the bar. Let's say 66.4K before we get excited. We take that channel down and we could sub it for a channel up in the price here, more or less. You're testing the bottoms of that. I didn't draw that line perfectly, but let's just see here. Yeah, as soon as you get, it makes sense. As soon as you get below this line, that's actually a good time to go long because people freak out. They cut their losses. They go short. Then we pump. We get back above it, screws with people, and then it comes back down. This line never actually mattered to begin with. That's how it is. That's how it is, man. That's how this stuff happens. It's like here. We broke above the line. This is so bullish. Nope, that's the top. That's the top, actually. Let's see. 4-hour indicator. RSI looks bullish. I mean, overall, it's very volatile, but it looks more bullish here than bearish. However, I do think you come lower as time goes on. You could bounce right here. Lower lows in the RSI, higher lows in the price, hidden bullish divergence, stochastics are reset, the MACD is bullish overall. Yeah, you could bounce right here. Again, I'm not expecting anything spectacular, but if I'm wrong, I would love that. I would love to be wrong here, because if I'm wrong, that likely means, let's talk about what that would mean. Likely, it would mean that Bitcoin goes to 72 to 74K. If I'm wrong about this being the high, Bitcoin goes to 72 to 74K, and we have a little bit more of a rally going into the end of this month and the beginning of August. That'd be awesome. I would not be upset if that happened. I would actually like that. I just don't think it resembles bear market dynamics, going up and finding resistance here. Bear market dynamics, you find resistance at prior support, right? Which is exactly what we're doing here. If we go up here, I mean, sure, we're finding resistance at prior support there, but that's and resistance there, but that's not that significant. This is much more significant. So I don't know. I don't have to have it my way. It can go up here, and we can still, even from there, go down and see lower lows. That can happen. I would rather this happen. I just don't think it's going to. And now we're back to the daily time frame, so I don't really have anything else to say. Flipped green on the MACD. Let's see how this week closes. 3 days, 11 hours left. If I'm right and tomorrow is bad, then we should see the week flip red by the end of tomorrow. And the MACD itself might actually not be flipping green here, which could be a bearish signal in itself. And then the RSI will point down. We'll actually be rejecting the 40 level. Stochastics might point down as well. Things would definitely take a bit more of a bearish shape if tomorrow is as bad as I think it's going to be. And again, I say tomorrow. For a lot of people in the Western Hemisphere, that'll be today. Just later in the day. It'll be at the daily candle close here and onward. It doesn't have to be in the beginning of tomorrow, but it could be. From sometime tomorrow, I expect we're going to see a little bit more of a drop. And that stems from the dynamic here in this 1 hour RSI. Getting oversold, which I think we're going to do. I don't think we'll bounce. I think we'll actually get oversold, but we'll see. Hit that like button, subscribe. Thank you all. Take care. Bye-bye.